So hi Jack, how are you first of all?
I'm very good, thank you very much.
I guess this year will be a year of great expectation for you because you won this prize. And how do you feel? You are excited or you feel the pressure? I don't know.
All of it, really.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. This is kind of, to a certain extent, this is a dream come true. But it's like spending 5 years building and preparing and writing a dream that you then fall asleep and have. But you stress, so you can't really sleep and have it properly, I guess. That's kind of what it feels like. It's incredibly exciting, but you're right, there is a lot of pressure. And I'm very aware of it. It's a very obvious amount of pressure. But I like to think I'm good at my job, and part of my job is being able to handle that and being able to just continue and keep working as hard as I can and making the best music that I can. So feeling great, but also feeling terrified. It's lovely.
It's normal.
Yeah, it's great. I think a lot of artists are denied the opportunity to try something new through fear that they won't be able to achieve it. The sounds I use are quite different, and the genres that I take are all quite far apart. You know, I can put folk influences into a electro dance song and be able to take funk and infuse it with I'm trying to think of other things, like kind of metal music to some extent in some places, and those are just quite daring things to do. And it's not that I think it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to work. It might not work at all, but I'm willing to take the chance. I'm willing to jump into the deep end. And I think there's a lot of music coming out of the UK at the moment which is doing that. There's a lot of music coming out of the UK that's being dangerous. It's doing things for... it's taking those chances because it needs to and it wants to, rather than doing it to like show off or pretend like it's better than it is. Because I think there's a certain level of courage and confidence that's coming out of the UK, and like I said, we're being encouraged to do that. So that's kind of, I don't have a set way in like I sit down with a genre and go, right, how can I do this differently? I just kind of I write whatever is in me at the time, and I try and create the best thing that I can, and through that kind of ability to just go, okay, well, you know, time to throw some shit at the wall. I throw shit at the wall and I see what sticks. Interesting thing doing all of this on my own, because I don't know anyone else who does what I do. Not to suggest that what I do is incredibly impossible and I'm the only person in the world who could do it. It's not the case whatsoever. I just happened to stumble upon a format that hadn't been touched before. But I don't know of anyone else who does the live show in the way that I do it, where it's not just button pushing or playing some things but having lots of things pre-recorded that's, you know, playing to a click and stuff like that. I don't know I don't play to a click. I play on my own, in my own head, in my own time, and do everything myself. Like, if something goes wrong, it will go wrong. I don't have a safety net to fall back on. I'm kind of just flapping my arms as hard as I can to try and stay afloat. So it would be really, really nice to have someone on stage, because it means I would get to, you're right, share some of that pressure. But I've tried it before. I've been doing the solo show as it is now for a couple of years, and I did at one point bring in a drummer actually to kind of help out with some of it, and it ended up just taking away from the music. It turned it into more of a it turned it into more of like a kind of show-off performance rather than an evening of music. I'd love to, but it has to be right. It has to be necessary. The show I do at the moment, though it kind of looks like it's me showing off and me being a control freak, I do it because it's the best way to represent the songs in the best way possible.